Thank you for your participation to the seminar on opportunities in Indian food processing industry today. 皆様、本日はセミナーインド食品加工業界におけるビジネスチャンスにご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。First, may I invite His Excellency Mr. Shibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, to make opening remarks. はじめに駐日インド大使シビ・ジョージ閣下より開会挨拶をいただきます。
Good afternoon, everybody. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to see a full house to join the event today. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's gathering to explore the opportunities in the Indian food processing sector with a specific focus on World Food India, an event meticulously designed to showcase the vibrant food processing sector of India. India is a nation rich in culinary heritage and agricultural abundance, and it stands at the cusp of transformative growth in food processing. As we delve into this promising frontier, the role of international cooperation is pivotal. Today, I would like to underscore the robust economic partnership between India and Japan. India-Japan special strategic and global partnership over the years has flourished, encompassing a wide range of sectors, including infrastructure, technology, defense, and energy. The consistent support from Japanese investments in India's growth highlights a shared vision for a sustainable and prosperous future. As we look further, deepen this partnership to include upcoming areas of potential such as semiconductors and emerging technology, food processing remains an area where there is tremendous amount of untapped potential. We are already seeing food becoming a medium for people-to-people connectivity between our two countries. In my last 1.5 years in Japan, I had the great pleasure of having traveled to all the 47 prefectures. Wherever I went, one common thing I pleasantly observed was the celebration of Indian food. In the same spirit, Japanese cuisine is gaining immense popularity in India. We want this to take advantage of. We want India to take advantage of this advanced technology of Japan. It achieved in its food processing sector. And it is a great opening for Japan as well. Imagine India, which is the 5th largest economy, and Japan, which is the 4th largest economy, coming together and working together. We can do wonders. Japan, world renowned for its technological know-how and quality standards, could play an influential role in elevating India's food processing sector. We envision leveraging Japanese advancements in technology and their precision in processes to enhance our production efficiencies, waste management, and packaging innovations. We are aiming to achieve this in some measure through the Food Processing Working Group under India-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Partnership. Under this working group, premier institutions in India and Japan are seeking to collaborate on cutting-edge technologies in packaging and new product development. Japan has been an important partner for World Food India in the past. I hope that a large delegation from Japan will travel to participate in this year's World Food India, to be held between September 19 to 22, 2024. And I hope that through this participation and business exchanges, Japan will be able to experience the quality of the wide-ranging produce of India. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for the remarks. Next, I would like to request Mr. Ninhaj Alam, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Food Processing Industry, Government of India, to make a remark virtually. 続きまして、インド政府食品加工省次官補、ニンハジ・アラム様よりオンラインでご挨拶をいただきます。皆様、スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Japan, Mr. State Guest of Honor, Sushi Sakamoto, Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Government of Japan, Secretary Mr. Susumu Kataoka, President JETRO, all respected industry members who have joined today, good afternoon to you all. In the back of solid structural reforms, India has now become one of the fastest growing major economies in the world, in addition to becoming an attractive destination for investment globally. Under the dynamic leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Government of India have taken path-breaking measures towards being Atmanirbhar and vocal for local. The Ministry of Food Processing Industries has been following the pathway to drive the seamless growth of food processing sector at full capacity. Several steps have been taken by Government of India to create modern infrastructure with efficient supply chain management, enhance manufacturing exports, upgrade small and micro units in the informal sector, which will create huge employment opportunity as well as boost farmers' income. Several policy initiatives have also been taken in this regard. The food and allied industries have been witnessing a new era of opportunities with various segments such as millets, nutri-cereals, ready-to-eat and cook, frozen food, etc. as the champion segments. As industry members, you are the driving force behind this dynamic and vital industry, and it is essential for us to come together, exchange ideas, and explore opportunities that lie ahead. As the Ministry of Food Processing Industries is uniquely placed amongst all the stakeholders, that's producers, food processors, equipment manufacturers, logistic players, cold chain players, technology providers, startup and innovators, food retailers, etc. It is pertinent that the ministry organizes a mega food event with focus on different sectors to showcase the opportunities available in the various segments of for all relevant stakeholders. I am happy to convey that the World Food India 2023, which was organized last year from 3rd to 5th November 2023 at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, was a great success which drew enthusiastic responses from all stakeholders of the food processing and allied sectors, and also the value chain also. The mega event witnessed participation of 16 international delegations, including 9 ministerial delegations, more than 1,000 exhibitors, more than 700 international buyers from 90 countries, more than 90 CXOs of domestic and global companies, apart from over 3,000 scheme beneficiaries, academia, and domestic buyers. The ministry has now scheduled the 3rd edition of World Food India from 19 to 22nd September 2024 at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. As you will be aware, the event organized by MOFPI was on a colossal scale. It is a global platform for stakeholders across the food processing value chain to showcase, connect, and collaborate. The event aims for international players to network and exchange best practices, knowledge, and information to foster potential partnerships with domestic and international stakeholders. There will be opportunity for all relevant stakeholders such as food processors, equipment manufacturers, logistic players, cold chain players, technology providers, startup and innovators, food retailers, etc. from all over the globe to highlight their strengths and explore opportunities. The mega event will also hold specific technical and thematic sessions, technology showcase, biosphere meets for exploring opportunities and mutual collaborations. The event will also hold a global food regulator summit, which is being arranged by FSSAI, Food Safety Central Authority of India. There will also be reverse buyers in the meet, where international buyers will be interacting with sellers in India. We have a great partnership with Japan. We had the first World Food India event 2017. Japan was a partner country. The last event 2023, Japan was a focus country, and 15 companies from Japan participate in this event. I look forward to your participation in World Food India 2024 to make it a grand success. Together, let us seize the immense opportunities that lie ahead and ensure that the food processing sector in India flourishes, benefiting not only our businesses but the entire world as a whole. Once again, I would like to thank you all for participating in today's interaction. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 続きまして、農林水産省輸出国際局新興地域グループ藤本和美様よりご挨拶をいただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Kazumi Fujimoto, Assistant Director, Emerging Regions Division, Export and International Affairs Bureau, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery, Government of Japan, to make remarks.
ジビジョージ駐日インド大使閣下、ご来賓の皆様、こんにちは、ナマステ。本日はお招きいただきありがとうございます。農林水産省を代表してご挨拶をさせていただくことを光栄に思います。はじめに、食品加工産業省と在京インド大使館によるこの素晴らしい企画、そしてインド食品加工業界におけるビジネスチャンスと題された本イベントの開催にご尽力いただいた関係者の皆様に感謝申し上げます。ご存知のように、日本とインドは長年にわたり、ビジネス、文化、
Yes, that this is indeed a great opportunity for Japanese companies to invest in the Indian food industry and for Indian companies to invest in the Japanese food industry, creating a mutually beneficial relationship between the two countries. In March 2021, Prime Minister Kishida visited Delhi and agreed to at a summit meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where the two countries confirmed the India-Japan Special Strategic Partnership and set a roadmap for the India-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Partnership, which organized sectoral working groups. And within this framework, under the leadership of the two prime ministers, the Food Processing Working Group and Agriculture Working Group were organized to strengthen bilateral relationships in the food and agriculture sectors. In the following year, in March 2022, Prime Minister Kishida visited India again and held the Japan-India meeting. Goal of 5 million yen in investment and loans to India over the next 5 years. Then, last March last year, Prime Minister Kishida visited Delhi again, and both leaders welcomed the steady progress of efforts under the Japan-India Industrial Competitiveness Partnership to achieve the goal of 5 trillion yen in investment and loans. Toward this goal, we intend to encourage business activities in both countries in close cooperation between the public and private sectors to promote a conducive trade and investment and remove obstacles. In particular, the food processing sector is the foundation for business expansion in both countries. Japan's Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries and India's Ministry of Food Processing Industries have been working to promote trade and investment between the two countries. And based on the memorandum signed in 2018, that we promote the mutual investment, and then their first working group meeting was held in 2019. However, the COVID-19 caused a tremendous human and material damage to both countries and had a significant impact on business activities in the food sector. But in November 2022 in Delhi, India, we, the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and the Fisheries, organized the Japan-India Joint Symposium on Food and Agriculture, attended by many guests from the public and private sectors. And in March last year, the second joint working meeting with the Ministry of Food and the Processing Industries was held in Tokyo with Mr. Sim, Deputy Secretary of the Ministry, and Indian government and other Indian government. I am grateful to Government of India for continuing this trend and organizing today's seminar. Also, we would welcome the big event, World Food India, to be held in September this year. Again, the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery will continue its cooperation as much as possible, as we did last year. And I have also heard that is planning to hold related events as we did last year. I hope that there will be many participants from Japan to this event. Thank you very much for your attention.
ご指導様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Ms. Naima Miftah, Invest India, to make a presentation virtually. 続きまして、Invest India、ナエマ・ミフターハ様よりオンラインでプレゼンテーションを行っていただきます。スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I'm just sharing. Please let me know when the screen is visible to you. Okay. So, India is one of the largest, fastest growing economies, and we have been GDP has received a growth rate of 7% in financial year 23, and our exports have been a stupendous 776 billion US dollars in FY 2023. Our roadmap for 2047 includes making the economy the second largest at 32 trillion USD, increasing the per capita income to over 10 times, the FDI growth by over 12 times, and the human capital too. So the human capital in India is expected to have the largest and youngest working population for the next decade. For this, the Government of India has been supporting through revolutionizing the business landscape by streamlining processes and unleashing state approval. Till date, over 255,000 approvals have been facilitated. The next is the much spoken about unified payments interface. There is the new corporate tax code where the corporate tax has been significantly reduced, and the national master plan for multimodal connectivity. India and Japan have had a huge focus on food processing as a focus industry. The trade between India and Japan for agri-food products is around 690.5 million USD. Over 50% of these exports to Japan include the fish and fish products, accounting for around 348.14 million USD, and including the edible fruit and nut and citrus fruit exports of 46.5 million. There has been a growth of 22% in export of fruits and nuts from India to Japan. Some of the top imported products in Japan, apart from fisheries and fruits, include the animal fodder, crustaceans, mollusks, etc. Some of the opportunities in the Indian food processing sector for Japan companies include the meat and meat products. So Indian processed meat exports reached 1.47 million USD in 22-23, indicating a significant global potential. There are opportunities in novel packaging, value-added products, and with the growing demand for frozen and processed food due to the incessant urbanization, that is a sector of focus for both Indian and Japanese companies to cater to the domestic market. There has been a significant progress on reducing wastage in the food and allied sectors through expanding cold chain infrastructure and multimodal commodity and transport, including cold storages to minimize the wastage. This also includes packaging technologies for convenience foods and the beverage market, especially the carbonated non-alcoholic beverages. India accounts for 11.5% of the Asia-Pacific soft drinks market, valued at number 3 in the Asia-Pacific region. Additionally, coffee market is supposed to grow at around 7% between 24 to 28. In addition to all these, cultural and experiential tourism and craft beer are some of the other potential areas for the Indian food processing sector. This is a highlight of the Indian food processing sector. India is a leading producer in milk, food grains, fruits and vegetables, and tea. 11.57% of food processing GVA in agriculture accounted for last financial year. The Indian food processing market is estimated to be around 535 billion USD, and the agri-food exports accounted for 46 billion USD in 23-24. There is a huge opportunity, which are some of the top exported products from India, that include cereals, marine, sugar and confectionery. Additionally, the current levels of processing in the food processing value chains present huge opportunities for the global companies to invest and increase the processing percentages from milk of 21%, F&B at 3.3%, meat at 34%, and fish at 15.4%. Some of our top export markets include USA, China, Bangladesh, UAE, and Vietnam. As fisheries is a focus sector for both India and Japan, India is also one of the top producers globally in inland capture fisheries, aquaculture production, and the overall fish production. The contribution to global fish production by India is around 9%. The average annual fish production growth rate in 2022 was around 8%. On the right-hand side, you can see a graph of the projected exports, production, and consumption trends in India. States have shown significant increment in consumption rates from to around 9 kgs in 2019-2020 and is expected to be around 11.28 kgs per capita per annum in the coming years. Another focus sector for the Indian market is the beverages sector, specifically the alcoholic beverages sector. India is the 5th largest market globally for the alcoholic beverages. The market size estimated to be at 2030 is around 64 billion USD, and the exports in 2023 have been 219.5 million USD. There has been a product innovation, regional and indigenous spirits, and craft beer. Some of the major players in India include Amrut, Kingfisher, Sula, etc. In the fruits and vegetables space, India's total production of fruits globally included 112.08 million metric tons, and vegetable production stood at 209.39 million metric tons in 2022-23. Additionally, the exports of fresh fruits and vegetables was 1.63 billion USD, and of processed fruits and vegetables was around 1.5 billion USD in 2022-23. Some of the major export destinations were UAE, Bangladesh, Nepal. Some of the major states include Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, amongst others. As these sectors now form the core of the Indian food processing sector, we would now like to move on to discussing about the World Food India, that is India's largest exhibition for all food processing and allied sectors. World Food India has been organized to capitalize on the growing interest of food processing and allied sectors. Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India is organizing the 3rd edition of World Food India from 19th to 22nd September 2024 at New Delhi. The key objectives of World Food India include to exhibit, explore, boost and promote the Indian food processing sector on a global platform. In 2023, the key highlights of World Food India included robust participation from partner ministries, regional states and UTs, international delegations. There were several thematic sessions that covered various aspects of the food processing industry, several ministries, organizations, and states. In addition to that, there were several G2G meetings conducted with Fiji, Mauritius, Greece, Lebanon, Australia, and UAE. MOUs worth 3.98 billion USD were signed during the last edition. Further, on international participation, Netherlands was a partner country and Japan was a focus country. There were 15 exhibiting countries. There were 7 countries from where official or government delegation was present. Additionally, ministerial delegation was present from over 9 countries. We had 715 international buyers from over 19 countries that conducted over 16,000 meetings during the event. In terms of domestic participation, we had robust participation from the partner states, focus states, ministries, and several exhibiting states that included Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Assam, amongst others. This is a detailed representation of the participation of all allied ministries and commodity boards that included Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, donor, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, and several commodity boards including APIDA, MPIDA, Coffee Board, Coconut Board, amongst others. These are some of the snapshots of the CEO Roundtable and the MOU signing ceremony. The Roundtable was chaired by the Honorable Union Minister, Minister of Commerce and Industries, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Textiles, and Honorable Union Minister, Mofti. It was also attended by over 8 secretaries from the allied ministries and showed a participation of over 91 CXOs from 70 leading companies. There were several focus areas, themed pavilions, sessions, and the food street to keep the audience engaged and include robust participation from all countries, companies alike. Further, in terms of the expected participant profile for the 3rd edition of World Food India, we are expecting food processing and manufacturing companies, food startups and innovators, exporters and importers, ingredient manufacturers, government representatives and delegates, foreign missions in India, academia, equipment manufacturers, financial institutions, food packaging, cold chain, logistics companies, trade and media partners, investors, amongst others. We expect participation and representation from across the value chain from all stakeholders globally. Some of the key elements of World Food India 2024 include the exhibition and sub-segment specific pavilions, Global Food Regulators Summit, the Reverse Buyer-Seller Meet, B2B and B2G meetings, several thematic state and country-specific sessions, the Startup Brand Challenge, and Food Street. In addition to the focus pillars, several additions have been made this year that include the Alcobev sector, pet food, HoReCa, and post-harvest machinery. These are the focus pillars for this year that include cutting-edge technologies like food irradiation, plant-based protein, focus areas such as minimizing waste and maximizing value, sustainable packaging, and food safety. This is a tentative proposed flow of the 3-day event, of the 4-day event that includes the inaugural session, the exhibition, the plenary sessions, the CEO roundtables, amongst others. The areas would also include the chef competition, food street, startup brand challenge winners announcement, G2G, B2B, and B2G interactions, amongst others. The Reverse Buyer-Seller Meet, this year we are expecting an increased participation of over 1,000 plus buyers, and they will also be coordinating with all the commodity boards, and interactions with potential partners shall take place. There shall be exposure to new products and innovations, and we are expecting a lot of insightful discussions from industries and discussion on industry trends. These are some of the thematic session titles that are going to be organized this year that include food irradiation, sustainable food value chains, discussion on startups, discussion on globalization of globalizing the local brands, revolutionizing the food processing machinery, amongst others. We shall also have a representation of the entire Indian Indo-Western cuisine in the food street, where we shall be aiming to create a cultural and live experience to represent India's richness and diversity of food. I would now request Siddharth to please present the partnership opportunities for countries.
To everyone. As you already are aware, Japan was the focus country last year, and we are very hopeful that we'll get a significant participation from Japan this year as well. So the per square meter rates are $160 plus GST per square meter for a bare space wherein the companies build their own pavilion, and $200 plus 18% of tax for the shell space wherein we create the basic octanorm structure and we provide you with the booths available based on the dimensions that is required. So, in order to become a partner or a focus country, there are no specific charges for that. It's at a pro rata basis, and any country who takes up 150 square meters of space automatically qualifies to become a focus country. And if the country is taking about 300 square meter of space, then they become a partner country. So the benefits of being a partner or a focus country are that you get a dedicated session wherein along with the knowledge partners, the representatives of the country get to decide one theme or one topic that they have excelled in or they are being very innovative in, and they want the people to know about it. So they can come up with one such theme and we can have a focused conference session on that. And apart from that, both the partner and the focus country get a color advertisement in the event directory, wherein which is again distributed to all exhibitors and everybody who is a stakeholder at this event. There are lunch on the event days, the VIP lunch that is there along with the ministry officials and the sponsors and the partner or a focus country. So they get the lunch invites as well. Naima, can we move to the next slide, please? So apart from that, both the partner and the focus country, they get acknowledged on the event website at the homepage itself that partner country is this and focus country is this. And on all the venue brandings that we have, on all the thank you sponsors and all the panels we have, the partner and the focus countries flag will be installed at a very prominent place. The partner country also gets to showcase one promotional video representing their country, their culture, their developments in the food processing sector or anything that the country feels that they want to showcase at the conference venue as well. And apart from that, they get all the thank you sponsor backdrop, all the brandings and all that is there at the venue. So over there also the partner and the focus countries are acknowledged. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah, I think that's about it, and I'm really hopeful that we'll get a very strong representation of the industries in terms of food from Japan this year as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma'am and Sir, for the presentation. 続きまして、日印国際産業振興協会顧問西祐介様より、ワールドフードインディアにおける日本パビリオンについてのご講演を行っていただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Ryusuke Nishi, Advisor, Japan India Industry Promotion Association, JIPA, to make a presentation on Japan Pavilion in World Food India.
皆さん、こんにちは。日本インド産業振興協会食品の顧問をしております西龍介と申します。本日はお暑い中、こちらにお越しいただきまして、こちらのワールドフードインディア2024のご説明を聞いていただけることでありがとうございます。今先ほどですね、インドの、現地の方からも含めて数値的な話だったりとか、インドの成長を含めた内容等を聞いていただいたと思いますので、私の方はですね、今回、私ども、日本インド産業振興協会 JIPA の方でですね、このワールドフードインディアでジャパンパビリオンを主催させていただきますので、こちらの内容のご説明、そしてですね、皆様が気になっているそのインドのマーケットの食についてのところについてお話しさせていただければと思いますので、お時間いただければと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。早速こちらですね、今度は、デリーの方で開催されます、会場なんですが、G20 でも、使われました
And also, it's going to be 30 to 40, so it's going to be 1 hour if the traffic is bad. So this is the very huge the venue. And when I went to there, so there was apparel textile exhibition. So we couldn't really go through everything. It was quite spacious. And we have the hall number 5. We have the Japan Pavilion. So this is what we are running. Next page. And also back in 2017, this is our first time to we went to so before the COVID-19, so we used this 1,250 square meters. So we had this huge exhibition at that time. So we included the large manufacturers and all the other stakeholders, including the development. We wanted to promote that, but as you already know, it's become the COVID-19. So many companies withdraw that had to give up. Next slide. And also this is for the 23 after the COVID-19. So I think it was back in March or October that we held. So we had the 20 companies coming. So like including Aomori or Akita. So we including the local hoods, and also the House Corporation is the one of the biggest company. So we the feedback and also the exchange of the opinions. And this is the last year's situation. So the Japan Pavilion exhibition area. So this was my first visit in India. So that's so like many countries. So from the small country to large country. So we had a lot of manufacturers. So we could actually experience the food that we don't really see in Japan. So it was very appealing. And from my experience, so I was in charge of, I was in Shanghai in China. I was in charge of the expensive luxury supermarket. So I was working on the export for the Japan for the last 10 years when we started the expo. So we want to be successful with the taking over the tradition of Japan. So I joined this initiative, which is connected to JIPA. So during the visit to India, so everyone will actually ask how was India. So I think this is what you would be imagining. So like street stores, including these like dust all over, but actually it's not really. So next page. So this is the new, so 30 minutes from New Delhi, and so there's a company called Gurgaon, and this is the IT city, including the Western people. Also they live there. So including the malls, they have the large malls, and also including the food, and also they already have the brands as well. And also we stayed there for like 2 to 3 days, including food, and also. And what we can eat in India, maybe curry would be the majority. Next page. So this is what I ate during 2 weeks. Maybe everyone would think everything is curry, but Indian people would say this is actually not the curry. So it's masala. And what is the difference between the curry? Masala is basically the spices combination. So it's flavor with the spice, so it's not the curry itself. And last year, previously, so we had the Zoom meeting, and we want to know more about the spices, and including Japan. So we want to consider the export or import about the spices. Then. So Japanese would actually eat only sushi. So I don't know Japanese use the spice. So we don't really know about the food culture. So that we are not really sure about both culture. So including that aspect, we want to learn more in this event. And so including the cultural differences, we want to learn about more. And also including the supermarket, the market situation. So So we have they have the specific supermarket within the mall. Next page. So this is like normal in the overseas. So this is the shop for the seconded people, like a Korean shop or a Europe related. Of course, the cheese based. And also, there was a Japanese food as well, wasabi, soy sauce. So it's a basic food. So I think we do have growth on that area as well. And also, people would actually ask if they sell Japanese food can be sold, and so people would actually ask whether this tea or this one here can be sold or not. So we need to see the opportunity at this the local site, and we want to see the potential of the growth of our the food. And this is what we, including so we had the tryouts, and also on the left side. So this is Iburi School in Akita. So we weren't really sure if this was actually good for Indian people, but that was very well accepted. And also there's a lot of the vegetarian. So this food is made of the radish. So and also like a crab or crab base. So we tried some of the meal. And also the one thing point is the vegetarian and non-vegetarian, so the two segments. So we need to see the scale of the market, and we want to distinguish the differences, and we want to determine what we need to take. And this is the both sides. So this is the USD. So this is the USD base per square meter, and also including the JPY or the dollar base. So when you go, before you go home, please take a look at the brochure for more information. And also to the buyers, so we are inviting you to the event, so you don't have to bear the cost. So it's for free. And also, as I said, so the natural food is very focused, and also in India, including spice. So there are a lot of meals using spice, like black pepper, chocolate, or ginger candies. So those are very, so using the natural food as well. So we want to take that to Japan and see the potential. So we want to have the cultural exchange through the food. And from the JIPA, so the other one, so for we have the exhibition in Shinjuku area for the apparel. So we are in charge of food. So to the India. So as a business, so it's unclear, or some unknowns are there. So through our organization, we would like we are having contact with the government. So we'd like to be the bridge of the conversation. So we will be reporting. So we are disclosing the report as well. So please take a look at them and have conversation with us. And also with the September 19th through 22nd, and also in India, in the Japan Embassy of Japan, India, we would have the reception party. 100 participants, Indian people, would come to Japan Embassy, and what would be the good reaction is something that we want to investigate, including yakitori, ramen. So we already have multiple stores, but still we do have a lot of potential in India as well. So please consider the proactive market penetration. So please leverage us for the investigation of the market as well. Next page. And sorry for the short presentation, but So I think I will be there at the reception, including my business card. And if you are preferring to the exhibition, but if you have any concern, then please let me know. And so please consult with me so that I can give you some advice on this area. So sorry for the short presentation, but that's all. Thank you very much all for your participation.
で本日のセミナー、インド食品加工業界におけるビジネスチャンスを終了とさせていただきます。We will now conclude the seminar on opportunities in Indian food processing industry today. Thank you very much for your participation. We will have a networking session with light refreshment at the foyer just outside of this venue. So we hope you will join us. この後、軽食付きのネットワーキングセッションをこの会場を出てすぐのフォイヤーで開催いたしますので、皆様ぜひご参加くださいませ。同時通訳サービスをご利用